All right, you guys, welcome to Wine and Wellness Wednesday. I'm Lindsay, the founder of Camellia Alise and the Camellia Alise Academy, and I'm super excited to be here with you guys today to finish up our series of the top 3 fears for body sculpting professionals. So cheers to you guys. Hopefully y'all have your wine. I'm actually drinking a Rosini from Trader Joe's. It's pretty good, y'all. All right, so let's jump right into it. So for those of you guys, hey y'all, I see y'all coming in on YouTube as well. So for those of you guys that have been following the series, week 1 and week 2 are actually up there on the screen. You can barely see them. But week 1 and 2's fears, the first one was hurting the clients, right? So worrying about, like, if I do something wrong, am I gonna hurt somebody? What do I need to do to prevent that, right? So we talked about that in week 1. Week 2, we actually talked about results, right? Everybody has a fear of, what if I get no results? What if the clients aren't happy? What do I need to do to increase results? So those were the first 2. The third one, you guys, and this one is the one that we get the calls on the most. I actually had to share on the, thank you guys that joined us for the webinar Sunday. I actually had to share on the webinar the state link again to help with this. But the last fear that I'm going to go over is legal changes, okay, and compliance. Okay, so this one, people are always like, well, what if I, get in this industry and they change it? What if, now I be a massage therapist, or now I have to be an esthetician, or now I have to have a doctor, that, right? So that is the third biggest fear that people have when getting into this industry. Okay, hands down. Now, let me say, there's not a lot that you can do to change governmental change. Right now, there are a couple things you guys have to stay on top of, because your state might update laws, right? Now, they normally don't do them, but they do. So here's things that I wanted to go over with you guys to alleviate this fear. Like I said, this is one of the biggest fears. People are like, what if the industry changes, or what if this law changes, or what if that changes? What do I do? What do I do? So I'm going to go over with you guys 5 tips to just alleviate this fear of changes with legal compliance. So the first one, and the most important one, you guys, is this. Number 1 is going to be research before, y'all, this all capital letters, before you start the business. Because in some states, yes, you do have to be a massage therapist or an esthetician, or you can do this or you can't do this. But some states have those laws, some have none at all. But before you get into this industry, you guys, do the research so that you know. Because, let me tell you why it's so important. If your state does not have any regulations and you get into the industry and you do the things that you're supposed to do, we're going to go over them. When the laws change, you will either be A, grandfathered into it, which means you don't have to comply because you already have an established business, or B, you will be given time to get into compliance. So that's the thing. If you do the research and you file your paperwork and you do the things that you're supposed to do, you're not as afraid of change, because you know when it's coming, if it's coming, and they give you time to make the change, you guys. So that is one thing. Do the research before you get into the industry. Here's the second thing to help eliminate the fear, okay? The second one is to stay informed with state changes, okay? And the only way you can do that is to subscribe to their newsletter and do the monthly compliance meetings. So, of course, y'all know I'm going to talk in terms of TDLR, the Texas Department of Licensing Regulation, because they are the ones who regulate the state of Texas, right? Every single person can sign up for a newsletter for your state cosmetology board. They're going to send out every month who did something bad, who did something good. They're going to send out every month. We're having a monthly meeting to go over compliance. So you don't have to worry so much about, God, the industry is going to change, or I have to have a massage license, if you know about it 8 months ahead of time, right? So you've got to stay on top of it. You've got to stay informed with it by a simple newsletter. Read the newsletter, okay? They send out changes. You can't just make changes overnight. They actually have to give you, as a business owner, a chance to have a voice or vote. Most of the time when things are going through Senate or Congress or whoever's going to pass something, they normally have an opportunity for constituents to come in and say, hey, this is not going to work, or hey, we don't like this bill. That's why the bill in California got slowed down, because enough people started speaking up and they couldn't get it through the House in time. Okay, so stay informed and be a part of your state cosmetology board so that you know if any changes are actually about to happen. Okay, so the third one, y'all, I don't know who y'all been talking to out here in these streets, but y'all need a lawyer or a few lawyers. Hey, I see y'all coming in. You cannot have a business, okay, without some kind of legal counsel, because I can't tell you how many times people try to steal pictures off my website, or people try to take your curriculum, or maybe there's a secret sauce or something you do that other people try to take, or people try to copy your wording or whatever. At the end of the day, you need a lawyer, right? So the other way to help with that is legal counsel. Now, I know some of y'all may say, well, what if I'm just getting started and I don't have the money for an attorney? There's ways around it. There are companies like LegalZoom or BizLegal that can help you draft contracts. They can help you do the research. In the event that something changes in the industry, you guys, if something changes in the industry, you have to be ready for it. And you have to have somebody that you can ask questions to legally and defend it. The state can't just come in and say, oh, you got to shut down tomorrow. No. Let me talk to my lawyer and figure out what I need to do. I have 3, okay? Because you have to have lawyers for different things. You have to have lawyers for real estate. You have to, real estate negotiations. Sometimes you have to have lawyers for things like contracts and cease and desist. Some Legal Shield. There's so many different companies, you guys. But if you are worried about, I want to make sure I stay in compliance and that my business doesn't get shut down, having legal counsel helps a lot, you guys. And it's a small expense compared to completely losing everything you have. So plan it out, look for them. I used a company called Biz Counsel when I first got started. I think it was $69 a month, and they had lawyers in every state. They would review contracts for me. I would have somebody assigned to my case if I needed a cease or desist or some kind of document. Biz Counsel or like Legal Shield. There's so many different options out there, but you need some kind of legal representative, especially as a business owner. Anything could come up. Your landlord could try to kick you out tomorrow, right? Who do you have to help you or speak on your behalf? You need somebody, and you don't have to pay them a whole bunch of money or have them on retainer at all times, but have somebody that you can call in the event that you need help. Okay. All right, and then I just have 2 more for y'all, okay? This one is the biggest one. If I could give you one piece of advice, you guys, register your spa with your state. Y'all are not filing paperwork, okay? Y'all are not filing the legal paperwork to register your business. Let me tell you why this is so important, okay? I just explained that if your business is registered in your state, and right now you don't have to have esthetician's license, you don't have to have a massage therapist, you don't have to have a doctor, you don't have to have any of that, and it changes, but you have been registered in your state before those changes took place, you will either be grandfathered in so that you don't have to make changes, or you will be given time to become compliant. If you are not registered, that means you don't exist. So the moment that they start cracking down on things, they're just going to shut you down. Okay, so at the end of the day, you guys, y'all have to have your business registered as a spa. Some states, I know, I think one of my students in Philadelphia said, we can't call it a spa, we have to call it a studio. That's fine. Know what your state laws are, right? Know how you're supposed to register your business. But you have to have a registered business. Y'all, I talk to y'all about thousands and thousands of money and grants and all these different things I have. Y'all don't even have LLCs half the time. So you can't even get what you need to fund your business, right? You've got to have your paperwork done. And once again, if you don't know where to start, legal counsel. Ask somebody else who can help you. I will tell y'all a perfect example today. I literally had a call with the Texas Workforce Commission, who governs who can teach what and where, right? So you have to register to be a university or a school through Texas Workforce and different things, right? I called them, and the guy was like, oh, well, you filed this paper with us. You don't have to file this. You have to file it with TDR. I said, TDLR. I said, no, sir. That is not true. Go down to paragraph 3, line 6, blah, blah, blah. This is why I sent you the paperwork. I knew more than he did, and he worked there. Y'all can't just be expecting that the people at the cosmetology board are going to have all the answers, because they're not, you guys. So legal counsel will help you, but having a registered business will take you far. If there are any changes, legal changes, compliance changes, cosmetology board changes, the fact that you have a registered business in your state helps you, okay? Now, the last thing that I'm going to say that you guys need to have, okay, so this is the 5th and last one to help alleviate that fear of legal compliance and change. All right. Okay. Number 5, you guys, comprehensive insurance. In the event that something changes or something happens, this is the other way that you protect yourself and your business from claims or craziness. Let's just say that tomorrow you wake up and in the state of Georgia, you have to have a massage license to do body sculpting, right? And your client is like, well, I got bruised yesterday, so I'm gonna sue her. Your insurance company is the one that has to fight on your behalf for frivolous things, right? I just saw someone, there's a therapist that was talking about her journey with having somebody do a dispute when they got like $1,200 worth of stuff from her. There is chargeback insurance. You know, there's different ways to protect your business, but you've got to protect your business, okay? Because staying compliant means things change and you have to stay on top of it. It's your business, nobody else's, right? I shared a lot, but if you guys need that link for that research, like where to start for the cosmetology board, if you need that link, feel free to DM us or email us at info@CamelliaAlise.com, and we will share that with you. It's free. It's a free resource, and it tells you what state needs what for body wraps, and then it gives you the links and stuff so you can go in and ask questions about body sculpting as well, okay? So once again, just to recap, this is the end of the 3-week series. Y'all, I'm gonna do another series starting next week. I'm not gonna tell y'all what it is, but I'm excited about it. But I'm gonna do this summary and then we're gonna be done, and then I'm excited for y'all to move forward because y'all not gonna be fearful of these things. Y'all got the solutions already, okay? So week 1, fear number 1 was hurting the client. If I do something wrong, and I hurt the client, what do? It's here on YouTube, it's on Instagram. If you missed it, scroll down a little bit. That was fear number 1, and I talked about how to alleviate it. Fear number 2 was no results. What happens if I'm doing this wrong or my client's not getting any results? What do I need to do? We talked about that 2 weeks ago. Last week, we had a storm issue, so I didn't go live. This week, finishing up week number 3. I'm just going to go over these one more time with you. So the third top fear that everybody sculptor has is, what happens, what do I do if there's a legal change, there's a compliance change? And let me also say this real quick before I go over these. You guys, do not just go to school to go to school. If you want to do massage therapy and you're passionate about massage therapy, go to school for massage therapy. If you're going to school for massage therapy so that you can do body sculpting, do not do that unless your state says that's what you need to do. Let me tell you why. Y'all start going to massage school, the esthetician board may say you need to be an esthetician to do body sculpting. Then what do? Because now you didn't went to massage school, but you need to be an esthetician. Or vice versa. If your state says, oh, now you need to be a therapist, a massage therapist, and you're an esthetician, or an esthetician, you're a massage. Don't go to school for that thing unless the state already said that's what you need, or you are passionate about it. If it's not one of those two things, do not go to school just so that you can do body sculpting. Look at it. Look at your research, right? What does your state say? So fear number 3 is fear of legal changes or compliance. This is why a lot of people don't want to get into the industry. So in order to alleviate the fears, 1, you are going to do the research before you get into the industry, okay? Like I said, if y'all need that state link, I will send it over to you. Second thing is stay informed of your state changes. Go to your cosmetology board, sign up for their newsletter, sign up for their monthly compliance meeting so that you know what changes might be coming down. Like I said, things don't happen overnight. These are 6 months, a year in advance before it actually takes place. So stay informed with your state changes by becoming a part of that ecosystem for the state compliance board. In Texas is TDLR, Texas Department of Licensing Regulations. Number 3, you gotta have legal counsel, you guys. Whether it's a contract dispute, a chargeback, somebody said they got burned. There's so many different things that can happen. You've got to have a lawyer to make sure that your interests are protected against any changes. And like I said, most of the time, you guys will either have the opportunity to become compliant, so they're going to give you time to go back to school or whatever. So for instance, if they say today body sculpting was not regulated, but now you have to have a massage therapy license classes take about 5 months, they're going to give you at least a 5 to 8 month window, okay? But you got to have legal counsel to speak on your behalf. The 4th one, the most important, you guys, is registering your business with your state. You have got to have your spa or studio, whatever, registered with the state so that if a change happens, they see you are a legitimate business, doing business, paying state taxes before those changes happen. That means you either need to get grandfathered in or you have time to make the changes. And then the last one is comprehensive insurance. You need insurance so that you can protect your interests against any changes. Like I said, a client can very easily be like, oh, the state changed the law. Let me go ahead. I got a bruise yesterday. Let me go ahead and sue her. And you have your insurance company. Insurance and legal are two things that if you are in business, you have to have. But at the end of the day, you guys, I started this series because there are so many people that ask us questions about these things all day, every day. And I just wanted to show you guys that at the end of the day, you do not have to be afraid. You need to be informed. You need to be prepared for those things. All the things that you guys fear, there are easy solutions to them, but you have to know what those solutions are. So do your research, ask questions when needed. You guys know you can email us, DM us at any time, but I was really excited to go over these top 3 fears with y'all because a lot of people have them, and I just wanted you guys to know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. You don't have to be afraid. You can actually make it through these things and be very successful in this industry. Just stay informed, get the right information, and ask the right questions, and you guys will be good to go. So y'all have an amazing rest of this Wednesday. Enjoy, and I am wishing y'all books full over the weekend because it's a little crazy around here these days. So y'all have an amazing weekend coming up, but y'all have an amazing Wednesday today, and I'm gonna keep playing my Jasmine Sullivan. You know, we ain't afraid of lions and tigers and bears. We definitely afraid of governmental changes sometimes, right? So y'all have a great evening.